How you doing? Shane with Modern Warrior Project, and in today's video I want to talk to you a little bit about my everyday carry. So there's going to be a few talking points as we go along because I think you'll see I'm probably more minimized than a lot of the other preppers or tactically minded individuals that do these kind of videos. And a lot of that is because a big part of my preparedness plan and situational awareness and overall tactical mindset is utilizing and operating on planned advantages. And what that means is that I have planned and mitigated a lot of things in my life to minimize the impact of my daily life. At the end of the day, with prepping in general, a lot of the things that I'm prepared for are very unlikely to occur. I recognize that. Doesn't mean I ignore them, but I recognize that, and so I take all that into account so I can impact my life as little as I can, but still mitigate all those risks out of my life. So talking about the everyday carry kit and what you have on you every day, a lot of times I'll see these videos and it's like one thing after another being pulled out of pockets, and nothing wrong with individuals that operate or live like that, or maybe some of them are doing it for YouTube specifically, or even if you do that and you live your day-to-day life, no problem with that. For me, it's not right for me. I'm going to show you a way, which is my way, not necessarily the way. So understanding what an everyday carry is to me, it's my everyday carry. Now, some things it's not. If I'm going across country on a road trip, that's not everyday carry. In reality, my person is probably still like this, but what I have in my vehicle is not necessarily, or it's definitely not like this. If I'm going out hiking in the woods for a full day out in the woods, it's not going to look like this. That's not my everyday carry. That's not my normal everyday activities. What my normal everyday activities are is I get up, I go in my office, I work on this kind of stuff or other business activities. I'll go to the gym. So this is a typical outfit for me. It's pretty common, at least for half my day. The second half of the day, I'm not dressed up like a tactical warrior. I'm typically in some jeans, a t-shirt maybe. A lot of times I don't have cargo pants. And even when I do have cargo pants, I don't want to fill them up. But I do want to be ready for anything that might occur. So my everyday consists of I'm at home, I'm at different places of a business or gym, or I'm in my vehicle. I'm never, hours away from home. So at the end of the day, I don't need a robust bug out style everyday carry kit on me. I just don't. So here's what I carry. I do almost always will have a firearm on me. This will vary. Depends on what I'm wearing. It also depends on, so it may be a different firearm. I have a couple that I'll cycle through, or it also may be a different holster. Occasionally I'll have a holster with a reload, but oftentimes, speaking frankly and honestly, I don't carry a reload on me. I have a single firearm with a full capacity magazine, and ideally I can mitigate and minimize the threat that I may come across within that restraint. I do always have a knife on me. I have that not so much, it is a self-defense item, I guess, but primarily it is for purposes of utilitarian use. It's something I do use quite a lot, whether it's just opening a package or whatever things I might need it for. On my knife, and I don't always carry the same knife on this particular knife, I have a seatbelt cutting strap and a glass breaker on it. I do carry a flashlight. I could live without it a lot of times, but it's very nice to have, and it's minimal footprint. So I have that. I have my cell phone. Part of my cell phone, this case, I love this case. I picked it up. It also carries credit cards. Make sure I'm not flashing my credit card number on the camera. So it carries my IDs and my credit cards, and it minimizes or alleviates the need for a back wearing wallet, typical wallet. So I've got my cell phone. This provides a wealth of services from a survival standpoint, honestly. 911 being one of them. I have my car keys. So obviously I need my car keys, but in addition to that, on my car keys I have a bullet keychain. What's nice about this bullet keychain, this is actually a lighter. It's a striking device, so it gives me a spark. It also, I can have liquid in it to provide like an accelerant, whether it's a gel or if I want to do a liquid. Maybe the liquid would leak, maybe it wouldn't, depends on how good my seal is. But I have a sparking device for fire. In reality, I'm not stressing if I don't have the ability to create fire because I don't need to create fire in Best Buy, typically. And then I have my money clip wallets, like a Ridge wallet style. I don't think that's the brand, but it doesn't matter. So on that, I do have a few more things. So I have cash. It's always good to have cash on you. And then I do have a few little unique items in here. As I say, for me, it's all about minimal impact to me. So some of the unique items I have in here that fit along in this genre. I have some general cards that I want access to. I don't always have this on me. If I don't, I'll have some money on me elsewhere. But typically I'll have this on me. So it's money, some of my general cards that don't fit in this. I have a small Fresnel lens, so I could start a fire if I needed to with that. It takes up no space, so I carry it. I have a door picking tool, so I can pick a lock. I have a little piece of foil off of a gum wrapper, which could also be utilized in conjunction with a battery, potentially the batteries in my flashlight, to give me a quick little flash fire. And something I recommend you carry all the time, because you just never know when you need it, and this has actually come to use for me quite a bit over the years, is a blank check. I always keep a blank check on me, just because you never know when you might need it. A few other things, I'll typically have a couple bobby pins on my person somewhere, and I can pick locks with those if need be. They're good escape devices or lock picking devices if you know how to use them, and they take up very little space. Two other things, finally, I have my watch. I always have a watch on me. And another thing I've started carrying, apologize for the phone, is it's called a GTFO bracelet, I think is the brand, sorry, the marketed brand name on this. This is a pretty cool item. It's a little flexible minimalist style bracelet, but built into this bracelet, it has a skeletal handcuff key, which is okay, not likely to use it, but what I really do like about this is it has a little tungsten wheel on here, and so I can flip this thing like this, pull it in like out, pop, just like you would with if you're smacking someone with a rubber band, and that's a glass breaker. So no matter where I end up, vehicle accident or something like that, or someone happens to roll me up and somehow I have access to break some glass, I have that little tiny piece of accessory that will allow me to break any kind of glass. So it's pretty simple. As you can see, I don't go, it's nothing that's bogging me down or weighing me down, and I have plenty of room in my pockets. I don't like being loaded down unnecessarily. Not to say that any of that stuff's unnecessary. It's all unnecessary until it's necessary, and I recognize that. However, kind of going back to my planned advantages. This is what I carry on my person. This is what I'm going in and out of stores with, but this isn't what I have access to. At any given point in an average day, I have access to my vehicle or I'm at my house. Obviously, at my house, I have everything at my disposal. In my vehicle, I have kits, and I have kits. As I said, I'm a planned advantage person, so I have a lot of kit availability, and I have everything to meet all of my survival needs in my vehicle. If I'm going on a hiking trip, then I will pack differently, and I'll have a day pack with me. If I'm going cross country, I'm still dressed like this, but I have a specific kit, a never coming home bag that goes with me everywhere anytime I get outside of a certain radius of my home. So it's not that I'm not prepared, I just, for me, find it prudent and pragmatic to reduce that everyday burdensome load. I know some things that a lot of individuals be like, well, you don't have a multi-tool. I don't. Nothing wrong with individuals carrying a multi-tool. I don't want one. I don't want to carry one around. And I, for the most part, don't need one. Every once in a while, I'll be like, man, I wish I had a screwdriver, but worst case, I can use the blade of my knife to do that, or I can accomplish that with a key, those little keychain. And there's certainly little things, but at the end of the day, if it's needed enough, I can walk to my vehicle and access it. I'm not gonna, in a dire emergency, typically need a multi-tool in a store, and I have access to my vehicle. So that's my everyday carry kit. I'd love to hear what yours is. I'd love to hear the critique or your thoughts on, because I know a lot of people, it's gonna be, especially in the prepper niche, tactically minded community, this is gonna be a very low, a very light everyday carry, but it's mine and I'm happy with it. But I do welcome feedback. I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you carry every day, what you think is overkill or underkill as far as I'm going, and the reasons why. And I'll certainly give my opinion, and who knows, you may change my mind on something. So that's it. Simple video, but one that I hear a lot of talk about and I'm often asked about. Hope you enjoyed it.